Hi guys, welcome to the second part, Blood Angels lore. This video was made by Baldermort'sGuidetoWarhammer. Please go into his channel and subscribe, okay? Going to see this video and no pauses, no commentaries, no discussions in the original. The link will be here in the description. And yeah, I'm sorry any error of English, okay? For those who don't know, I'm a Press Rabbit and English is not my first language, so please be patient with me. I will try to put some subtitles to some parts and I think you don't go to understand what I say. I really hope you enjoy the video. The video don't going to be boring and I really hope everyone enjoy. So this video is not a substitute for the original video. Go to the original video to see in full, no pauses, no commentaries, and yeah, give a like, subscribe, give a like to the original video, and subscribe to Baldermort'sGuidetoWarhammer 2. And yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you. Sorry, I'm back.
Forever changed in the wake of Horus's defeat. No longer would the beneficent Emperor take a martial role in mankind's defense, for only the life-giving machineries of the Golden Throne now sustained his shattered body. The reconstruction of his empire and the final rout of the traitor forces would now fall to the surviving royalist primarchs.
Wait, so the Emperor wasn't there when Sanguinius get killed by Horus? He just entered the room and then he saw the body of Sanguinius in the floor. I understand he was there in previous videos. Okay. I need to find a Sanguinius lore, history, so I can react, because he'll, I don't know, gonna look like a really good, interesting Primarch.
Men such as Rogel Dawn of the Imperial Fists and Reboot Gulliman of the Ultramarines. Indeed, it was Gulliman who would have the greatest lasting effect upon the now leaderless Blood Angels, through the Codex Astartes, that great treatise on the destruction and ordering of the Space Marines intended to prevent forever the danger of mass rebellion on the scale seen during the heresy. Gulliman's legacy would reshape the Blood Angels Legion into the chapters that defend the Imperium to this day. Mankind had suffered.
Wait. What?
Of the Ultramarines. Indeed, it was Gulliman who would have the greatest lasting effect upon the now leaderless Blood Angels, through the Codex Astartes, that great treatise on the destruction and ordering of the Space Marines intended to prevent forever the danger of mass rebellion on the scale seen during the heresy. Gulliman's legacy would reshape the Blood Angels Legion into the chapters that defend the Imperium to this day. Mankind had suffered, and the Imperium was nearly destroyed. Yet the Blood Angels would bear the pain longer and more deeply than most. Sanguinius' death heralded the awakening of the Red Thirst.
Yeah, Dread.
And its curse would change the nature of the chapter.
The Red Thirst, yeah,
forever.
Red Thirst.
To quote, Cradle of Angels. The Blood Angels are shaped not only by the personality and deeds of Sanguinius, but also by the nature of their chapter planet, Baal. Few worlds in the entire Imperium could have as devastating an impact on the human soul.
So just students from this planet Baal can be transformed in the Blood Angels? So they don't have Blood Angels from other planets? Or most of the Blood Angels is from this planet Baal? Right? Yeah. How I say it again?
Deeds of Sanguinius. The Blood Angels are shaped not only by the personality and deeds of Sanguinius, but also by the nature of their chapter planet, Baal.
Baal. I think I said, I don't know if I said it right. But to have Blood Angels from the other planets, because, I don't know, you need to have a lot of kids, a lot of children, so you can have a large chapter on Space Marines. So I don't know if one planet can be, I don't know. Alright. Or what? Maybe yes, because if you just have an entire planet to become all soldiers or Space Marines, yeah. Maybe right, maybe I said that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe just for this planet.
Few worlds in the entire Imperium could have as devastating an impact on the human soul as Baal and its inhabited moons, Baal Prime and Baal Secundus. In ancient days, Baal and its moons had Earth-like atmospheres. Baal itself was a world of rust-red deserts, but its moons were paradises for mortal men, where folk lived in harmony with nature and pursued lives of ease and freedom.
Okay.
The people of Baal became exceptional artisans and spent their time creating mighty monuments, carving the mountains themselves into statues of their rulers and their gods. They even ventured onto the surface of desolate Baal itself, leaving colonies and breathtaking edifices in their wake. No one knows exactly what happened to change this idyllic state of affairs. All that is certain is that during the fearful events that marked the downfall of human society and the end of the dark age of technology, the moons of Baal suffered terribly. Ancient weapons of terrifying potency were unleashed. Cities became plains of smoldering glass. Lush grasslands became polluted deserts. Seas became poisoned lakes of toxic sludge. The inhabitants of Baal died in their millions, and it looks as though humanity might become extinct in the Baal system. But somehow, people survived. They clung precariously to life on the edges of the radioactive deserts. They became scavengers, picking through the scattered bones of their once great civilization. In the dark time that followed the collapse of all order, some became worse than scavengers, and in their desperation turned to cannibalism.
Wow. Okay. Who don't like a little cannibalism? Okay. Sorry, I'm not funny at all, but sorry.
Over the course of the following centuries, the accumulated chemical and radioactive toxins that built up in the survivors' bodies led to them devolving into mutants, shambling parodies of men, of the men their forefathers had once been. There were some who held on to their humanity and preserved a semblance of sane behavior, but they were the embattled few amongst a new and savage culture that evolved amid the ruins of the old. The only social unit left was the tribe. For humans and mutant cannibal alike, the only folk that they could rely upon were their own kin. The people of the Baal system became nomads, shifting from place to place, picking the ruins clean, warring to preserve the spoils they had gathered. The tribes fought constant wars, webs of alliances ever shifting as each tribe strove for supremacy and survival. Extinction awaited the slow and the weak.
Like nomads? I don't know if I said that right. I could put it down here what I say, but yeah.
Had been near paradises. Now they were living hells.
Yeah, but but if I understand right, the entire galaxy, the entire human colonies, they become a little like that, right? Because they get separated from the Earth and they separate from the other planets, so they have a little problem to maintain themselves, and then they war against the machines too. Yeah, I need to learn a little more about the other planets too. What happened to him after the destruction of all the machines and sorry, my throat really hurts, so it's really difficult for me to speak right now. But I will continue. But I just want to say, I think that almost all the planets a little like that, but it's really interesting to know what happened to this planet into the other planets before the Emperor come back. Oh, no, not come back, but appear.
For the few surviving humans, existence was a struggle. They wandered the surface in ramshackle vehicles, hoping that their patched-together radiation suits would save them, praying they would never hear the ominous telltale click of their rad counters. For a time it seemed that humanity was doomed, that soon there would only be an endless desert ruled over by the feuding mutant tribes. Then, out of the star-strewn heavens, came hope. After the Emperor created the Primarchs, the forces of chaos made off with the infants and carried them through the warp. Unable to destroy the Primarchs because of the powerful protections laid on them by the Emperor, the demonic powers nonetheless did their best to alter the Emperor's work to their own evil ends. Thus it was that even the best of the Emperor's creation became corrupted at the outset. The pod that housed Sanguinius came to rest upon Bar Secundus, at the palace now known as Angel's Fall. The infant Primarch was found by one of the wandering tribes of humans who called themselves...
Bar Secundus is one of the moons, right? If I understand right. Okay. So we landed one of the moons, not the planet itself.
...the folk of pure blood, or simply the blood. The young Sanguinius's life almost came to an end then and there, for the touch of chaos had changed him. Tiny vestigial wings, like those of an angel, emerged from his back. Many wanted to kill vestigial the blood. The young Sanguinius's life almost came to an end then and there, for the touch of chaos had changed him. Tiny vestigial wings, like those of an angel, emerged from his back. Many wanted to kill him as a mutant, though in all other ways he was a perfect child. Eventually innate compassion prevailed, and he was spared. The infant Sanguinius was a...
Also, hey, I have these wings since the was a child, because the kills... Wait, the kills energy? Why? Wait, I need to...
The blood. The young Sanguinius's life almost came to an end then and there, for the touch of chaos had changed him. Tiny vestigial wings, like those of an angel, emerged from his back. Many wanted to kill him as a mutant, though in all other ways he was a perfect child. Eventually innate compassion prevailed, and he was spared. The infant Sanguinius was a prodigy. He grew quickly and learned everything his parents could teach him. After 3 weeks, Sanguinius was as large as a child of 3 years. It is said that at this age he slew a giant fire scorpion with his bare hands, and that he never once showed fear at the colossal beast's onset. As Sanguinius grew, his wings grew also, changing from vestigial things into mighty pinions that could bear him aloft upon the desert air. By the time he was a year old, he looked and acted like a man in his youthful prime. He could walk without a rad suit in the most poisonous of Bar Secundus's deserts, and could shatter massive boulders with a single blow of his outstretched hand.
Wow.
In the use of all weapons he soon surpassed his teachers. When wandering...
He was really, really strong, right? Wow. Really like... Wow. Yeah, the story is incredible. Wow. Wait a minute, sorry. Wait a minute. Sorry, I'm back. So all the Primarchs, they grew that fast? All the Primarchs, they grew faster than the normal kids? Or Sanguinius, because he have this kind of mutation on him? Okay. I don't know.
Band of...
Maybe I need to learn a little more about the Primarchs. Yeah, maybe I will. I need to find some videos explaining a little more about the Primarchs and how the genetics work. Okay, let's continue. Sorry about that. Sorry.
Mutants surprised the tribe. Sanguinius slew them all, although they numbered over 100. This was the first time the members of the Blood had ever seen him truly angry, for he felt his comrades' lives were in danger. When the blood rage overtook him, Sanguinius was indeed terrible to behold. His mighty Primarch powers awoke to fullness, and a nimbus of light played around his head.
Wait, so Sanguinius have the... Right, wait, let me back.
They numbered over 100. This was the first time the members of the Blood had ever seen him truly angry, for he felt his comrades slew them all, although they numbered over 100. This was the first time the members of the Blood had ever
Wait.
seen him truly angry, for he felt his comrades' lives were in danger.
Mm-hmm.
When the blood rage overtook him, Sanguinius...
So you have the blood rage. You have the blood rage himself. So the blood angels have to, even before he died. Wait.
was terrible to behold.
Maybe they explain in the little maybe the video explain a little further. Yeah. So let's continue, and then I'm going to
Primarch power
asking things.
Awoke to fullness, and a nimbus of light played around his head. Sanguinius soon rose to the leadership of the Blood, and under his guidance they rolled back the mutant tide. For a time, mankind had a respite on the moon of Balsecundus. Sanguinius was worshipped as a god by his followers, who felt that he could once again create a paradise in that dreadful land. Yet it was shortly thereafter that fate intervened once more. The Emperor had been questing across the galaxy in search of his lost sons, and his incredible psychic powers led him to Baal. His ship landed at the conclave of...
Oh, so he was a leader. Sorry. So he was a leader before the Emperor came. People start to see him like a leader, like a god, right? Because the wings and the powers, his powers in strength. So he was a leader. Okay. Not a yeah.
Of the Blood, and he walked straight to Sanguinius.
But he knew about battle. How to battle, because we see know how to battle, but how to be a general. Yeah, that's a better word. Be a general and control people in the battle, in a strategy and all this stuff. He knew that previously.
Some among the Primarchs are said to have fought against the Emperor when first they met, but this was not the case with Sanguinius. He immediately recognized the Emperor for who he was. Said to have fought against the Emperor when first they met.
Wait.
His ship landed at the conclave of the Blood, and he walked straight to Sanguinius' abode. Some among the Primarchs are said to have fought against the Emperor when first they met, but this was not the case with Sanguinius. He immediately recognized the Emperor for who he was, and bent his knee before the Lord of mankind. The Emperor raised him up, looked upon his people, and saw that they were fair and noble. The best of the warriors he offered to transform into space marines. The others were to be honorably left behind to defend mankind's birthright upon Balsecundus. Thus were the Blood Angels and their Primarch finally made whole. They joined the Emperor's fleet and sailed across the Sea of Stars to participate in the Great Crusade. Since the time of Sanguinius, the Blood Angels have recruited first among the tribes of the Blood on Balsecundus and Baal Prime, where a colony was established shortly after the time of the Horus Heresy. Youths from the Blood take part in games and tournaments, facing many hazards as they race across the desert to fight and do battle against one another. These contests are held once per generation at Angel's Fall, where a mighty statue of Sanguinius now observes the proceedings. Traditionally, the time of challenge is announced by heralds, who visit each tribe in flying chariots. Contestants must make their way to Angel's Fall across the Rad Deserts, a process that weeds out the weakest. The hazards of the desert are many, and it takes a youth of extraordinary skill and courage to even reach the place of challenge. Once there, they must vie for the 50 or so places that are available. Those who succeed are taken up in the sky chariots. Those who fail are left behind, either to guard the place of testing, or to make their way back to their own tribes. Those youths accepted as aspirants are taken to the Blood Angels' fortress monastery on Baal itself. There, they see great wonders. They look for the first time on the unmasked faces of their future brother Space Marines, and note with some consternation their sharp eye teeth and sleekly beautiful features. It has to be said that the recruits are far from handsome at this stage. Most aspirants bear marks of their hard living. It is impossible for an ordinary man to dwell on those barren moons and not feel the terrible kiss of radiation. Some are marked by stigmata, while most are short and stunted, their growth stifled by malnutrition, their flesh disfigured by lesions and carcinomas.
So they become beautiful after they transform themselves in blood angels. Wait,
As the
what?
aspirants are left to observe vigil in the great chapel of the chapter, before drinking from the sanguinary chalice brought to them by the sanguinary priests, slumber soon overtakes them, and the aspirants are borne by servitors to the apothecarian, where the gene seed of Sanguinius is implanted in their recumbent bodies. From the apothecarian, the aspirants are taken to the hall of sarcophagi, and each is placed within a mighty golden sarcophagus. Life support nodes are attached to them, and for the next year, they are fed intravenously with a mixture of nutrients and the blood of Sanguinius, while the gene seed does its work.
Oh, I understand now. Wait, so they are. I think I understand now. So the recruits, they go to the sarcophagus in the blood of the. I think they drink the blood of Sanguinius before. I need to come back, and then they put the seed of Sanguinius, the gene seed, right? And then in the sarcophagus, they are put blood. Get blood of the Sanguinius constantly, and then in time they get transformed themselves. But all this inside of the sarcophagus. Wow. If I understand that right, maybe I understand that wrong. So please tell me in the commentaries.
Many of the aspirants die at this stage, their bodies unable to cope with the strain of the changes that now overtake them. Those who live grow swift and true, echoing the rapid growth of their Primarch. They put on muscle mass and acquire the extra internal organs that mark a true Space Marine. At this time, too, they have strange dreams, for the gene seed carries with it the memories of Sanguinius.
So it's the memory of Sanguinius that dreams. Okay.
As the Primarch's essence begin to permeate the souls of his warriors. Afterwards, when sleeping, and sometimes when awake, these dreams return to haunt the Blood Angels. When the aspirants emerge from their sarcophagi, they are forever changed. They are strong and
if they emerge. Okay. So the entire earring that's inside the sarcophagus, sleeping, woke up. Okay.
Superhumanly powerful. Their reconstructed bodies and features have taken on a beauty that echoes that of their angelic forebear. Their senses are keener, their muscles stronger than tempered steel. They are ready to begin their training as Space Marines. The heritage of Sanguinius. Every Space Marine chapter is defined by the legacy of their Primarch. Through their gene seed, these mighty beings would shape their sons' bodies, while through teachings and philosophy they would influence their minds. Yet none amongst the Primarchs would have as profound an effect upon their progeny as did Sanguinius. Sanguinius was always a visionary. From his earliest days he desired to lead his people to a new and better life. When he joined the Great Crusade, he did not abandon this vision, but instead brought it to a far greater arena. He wanted to improve the lot of all mankind.
So he was a nice guy. Yeah, he lived in the planet really in radiation, and that everything he wanted, it was to better place to his people of Bao planet, Bao second. I don't know. I already forgot the name of the planet. Sorry, I really struggle to remember names of things. Okay, so please get patient with me. But I will learn. Promise, I will learn.
And see a lasting end to the strife brought on by the collapse of human civilization at the close of the Dark Age of technology. Sanguinius was not merely blessed with a futuristic philosophy, he was also gifted with the power of prophecy, able to see visions of what may lay ahead. It is almost certain that he knew he was going to his death when he boarded Horus's battle barge, and yet he went anyway.
I think it's incredible that these things, in time, it's a little sad. I mean, he knew he was going to die, and in the same, but he wanted to fight for his people. Wow. Yeah, that is a Primarch. That is why I got so interested to the Blood Angels. I knew then, God, woof, for the beginning. Yeah.
Whether Sanguinius did this out of fatalism or loyalty to the Emperor is a point often debated by imperial theologians, but it is not in doubt amongst the Blood Angels. They will say that he went out of duty, knowing full well what the outcome would be. The outlook of Sanguinius did much to shape his chapter. There is a powerful mystical streak to many of the Blood Angels.
That is why they are so loyal. They just see this duty of Sanguinius like a god duty. So if he did that, I will do it too. I think that is why. Maybe I'm wrong, but I can see this. That's what I took for all what I hear right now.
Dangerous traditions, and this can only have come from the spiritual teachings of the Winged Primarch. Sanguinius also indoctrinated his followers with a strong belief that things can be changed for the better. After all, the process of transforming a starving scavenger into a tall, proud and handsome warrior is living proof of the tenet that courage, refinement and nobility can be shaped from the crudest.
Wow, he's so cool. Damn, he is so cool. Okay, sorry.
Clay. This belief can be seen in all things the Blood Angels do. They strive for perfection. Their works of art are things of beauty. Their martial disciplines are practiced unceasingly.
Sorry again. Sorry, wait. Venus is so badass, man. So cool. I really like him. I knew I would like the Blood Angels. Yeah, I like them. I just started because they are like the vampires style thing. But wow, more I know about them, more I like them more. Wow. Okay, let's continue.
Yet as the flaw within their gene seed has become more evident, this belief in change has turned into an altogether darker thing. They see within it the evidence of mankind's capacity for folly and destruction. Their doctrines are permeated with a sense of mortality and the fallen greatness of man. The Blood Angels are among the longest lived of all the Space Marines. One of the peculiarities of their aberrant gene seed is that it has vastly increased the lifespan of those who bear it. So it is not unheard of for Blood Angels to live for 1,000 years.
Okay.
Indeed, the current commander of the chapter, Dante, is known to have lived for more than a millennia, and is almost certainly far older. These vastly extended lifespans allow the Blood Angels to perfect their techniques in art as well as in war. Providing blood madness does not.
So is even today they still have Blood Angels for new Sanguinius? There's a question. So even today they have some Blood Angels who knew Sanguinius and remembered him? That's a question. Okay. Because they live a lot.
Not take them. They have.
Wait, but I remember Space Marines, they live a long life, but Blood Angels live even more than the normal Space Marines, normal chapters, or no? I don't know.
Have centuries in which to hone the disciplines in which they turn their mind. This accounts for the fact that the Blood Angels' armor and banners are amongst the most ornate of all the Space Marine chapters. Perhaps the strangest of all the chapter's traditions is the habit of sleeping whenever possible in the sarcophagi used to create them. In recent years, the Sanguinary priests have created filters to purify the blood of their brother Space Marines. While the Blood Angels sleep in their sarcophagi, their blood is cleansed and purified. The chapter thus hopes to slow the process of degeneration brought on by the flaw.
So they sleep in the sarcophagus, so the blood, so they get attached to the, I don't know, some blood cleaning, so they can clean, so try to not get crazy. Yeah, I mean, if you some problem there, you need to fix them. So if they start to have this crazy oh my god, I forgot again the name. The Blood Rage. The Blood Rage. Yeah. I think I said that right. So they need to fix that, right? So try to clean their blood so they can get more time until they get crazy. Yeah, they really work how to improve themselves. Like I said, they always trying to improve themselves to get better and better. Wow. More I know about this chapter, more I like it. And I'm sorry if I speak very low, but again, my throat really hurts. So yeah, and every time I'm going back, going out is because I need to get a little more water. So I'm really sorry about that. Okay. Okay, let's continue because I have a lot of videos to react here.
Although it is known to but a few, the Blood Angels are a dying chapter, for they are afflicted with the dreadful curse known as the Flaw. Each time battle looms, they must court the twin dangers of the Red Thirst and the monstrous Black Rage. The former robs the Blood Angels of their nobility, clouding their minds with an irresistible blood madness that reduces them to little more than wild beasts. The latter is far worse, however, for once the Black Rage claims the son of Sanguinius, they are lost forever, body and soul. Some claim that the root of the flaw lies with Sanguinius's mutated nature. They imply that he must have been the worst afflicted by the powers of chaos when the infant Primarchs were stolen away from the Emperor's laboratory on Terra.
Okay.
Other scholars claim that the flaw lies in the process used to create new generations of Blood Angels. They assert that it has crept in because the Blood Angels use the process known as insanguination to activate the Gene Seed. All Space Marine chapters use Gene Seed to trigger and control the process that transforms an ordinary mortal into a Space Marine.
The Space Marine.
The Gene Seed contains viral machines that rebuild the body according to the biological template contained within, and impart a flicker of the glory of the Primarch that sired each chapter. However, at the time when the Space Marine legions were created, the process was still highly experimental, and many different ways of controlling and managing the transformation were tried. In the Blood Angels case, the chosen method was insanguination.
Insanguination, okay. But that is a thing. If really happen, they become in the rage because the Chaos God interfered in Sanguinius when he was just a baby. What? But the first spacemen, the first Blood Angels, they was in the Earth, right? They remain DNA, the siege, the DNA for the Primarch the Emperor have. So why they get affected too? Why they get affected? Because they have the same blood. Because I don't know if they have after the Sanguinius pass for the Chaos Ram in landing the ball the second. That is okay, but some of the Blood Angels come before from the Earth. So why those Blood Angels have the blood test, or they don't have? I don't know. Let's see.
This process was originally triggered by injecting the aspirants with tiny samples of their Primarch's own blood, some of which was preserved within the Red Grail after Sanguinius's death. The living blood could not be kept this way for long, and so it was injected into the veins of the sanguinary priests. In this way, they became living hosts to the power of Sanguinius. To this day, drinking the blood of the assembled sanguinary priests from the Red Grail is part of the induction ritual for all Blood Angel priests.
Yeah. So that is right. So they drink the blood of the Sanguinius, then they go to the sarcophagus. Yeah, okay.
It is from these,
and then they receive a little more amount of blood of Sanguinius in the gene seed inside of them. Okay.
Same priests that the blood is taken to begin the transformation of aspirants into Space Marines. It is possible that over the countless generations since the time of the Horus Heresy, these cells have mutated, slowly at first but more quickly in recent years, and that errors in replication have resulted in the flaw. Whatever the reason for the flaw, it is certain that its hold over the Blood Angels has become stronger, and their tendency towards self-destructive madness ever greater. Yet in this dark age of the Imperium...
Yeah, but based on what you say, so the first Blood Angels, the first ones, they don't have this blood rage, the blood rage. So they are okay. I mean, okay.
comes a slither of hope for the Sons of Sanguinius in the form of the Primaris Space Marines. Side note, alas, since the time of the writing of the Codex for the 8th edition Blood Angels, it has now transpired that the curse has not been solved, and Belisarius' call lied. The Primaris also experience the flaw. Deep within the psyche of every Blood Angel is a destructive yearning, a battle fury and blood hunger that must be held in abeyance in every
Wait.
Dark age of the Imperium comes a slither of hope for the Sons of Sanguinius in the form of the Primaris Space Marines. Side note, alas, since the time of the writing of the Codex for the 8th edition Blood Angels, it has now transpired that the curse has not been solved.
Belisarius'
call lied.
So that's called light. Okay.
The Primaris also experience the flaw.
Oh wait, this Primaris is a different type of Blood Angel. I don't really get it. There are different type of Blood Angels. They don't have the curse. They say they don't have the curse, but in fact they have.
In the psyche of every Blood Angel is a destructive yearning, a battle fury and blood hunger that must be held in abeyance in every waking moment. Few battle brothers can hold this red thirst in check unceasingly. It is far from unknown for Blood Angels to temporarily succumb to its lure at the height of battle. The red thirst is the Blood Angels' darkest secret and greatest curse, but it is also their greatest salvation, for it brings with it a humility and understanding of their own failings, which makes them truly the most noble of the Space Marines. The fate
like Sanguinius, the most noble one.
Whose unfortunates overtaken completely by the red thirst is known only to the chapter itself.
But I forgot to mention, he said once someone get the blood test, they get the rage, they cannot get back. They become fuel animals. So what happened to them? They must be killed by the other Blood Angels, so no one knows about that. In the middle of the battle, even in the middle of the battle, another species, the orcs or the Tyranids, they need to kill his own brother because he got mad. I don't know.
There have been incidents when the Blood Angels have been stationed on distant worlds where members of the local populace have gone missing only to turn up later drained of blood. It is possible that this is the work of cultists seeking to discredit the chapter. It may even be that some of the more superstitious local citizens have taken to offering up sacrifices to their godlike visitors. It may also be possible that these folk have been killed by Blood Angels overcome by the red thirst. The Black Rage. Blood Angels are unique amongst the Space Marines in that deeply ingrained in their gene seed is the encoded experience of their Primarch, and most deeply imprinted of all is the memory of Sanguinius' final battle with Horus.
So they know the final battle because they have the memory. Okay.
Sometimes on the eve of battle, an event or circumstance.
Also, they explain a lot because if they have the but the memories they get like a psychic thing into have Sanguinius blood, or because after Sanguinius die, the blood have these memories. I mean, after Sanguinius die, they take their body and they drain their blood so they can create other Blood Angels. But this blood contains the memories of the battle. And what happened to the body of the Sanguinius after they die? They bury in hand, or I don't. Yeah, what happened?
will trigger this race memory, and the Battle Brother's mind is suddenly wrenched into the distant past. The Black Rage overcomes the Blood Angel as the memories and consciousness of Sanguinius intrude upon his mind, and dire events 10,000 years old flood into the present. And please do be aware that I have already performed an entry for the Black Rage and the Death Company, and I would urge you to go and view that for further details. End quote. But it is impossible to discuss the Blood Angels after the Indomitus Crusade. Impossible to understand them unless one understands the very basics of the background and importance of their chapter master, Dante. For he is effectively the second most important and powerful person in the Imperium.
Wow.
He is the regent of an entire half Imperium Nihilus, the dark segment of the Imperium of humanity. To quote,
Wait a minute, sorry again. Okay, sorry, I'm back. I continue.
Commander Dante, Lord of the Host, Regent of Imperium Nihilus.
Let me come back.
Of the Imperium of humanity. To quote, Commander Dante, Lord of the Host, Regent of Imperium Nihilus. The Blood Angels are ruled over by Commander Dante, Lord of the Host and bringer of Sanguinius's light. Dante is truly a legend, for his deeds span many long centuries. He is thought by many to be the oldest living space marine. Even Captain Lysander of the Imperial Fists, who was lost in the eddies and tides of the warp for 1,000 years, cannot recall a time when Dante did not reign supreme over the Blood Angels.
Wow. That is cool. Okay. Dante, right? Okay, let's continue.
None can deny the scope of Dante's campaign experience. He has fought battles uncounted, orchestrated innumerable major campaigns, and seized bloody victory on worlds as far-flung as Ultima Macaria and star-swept Janal. It is said that no man has visited as many of the Imperium's million worlds as Dante, and he has come to each in full raiment of war, at the head of a glorious and vengeful host. There are former worlds of the Imperium, now lost to the darkness of the void or the ravages of the foe, that only Dante remembers. He alone of all living warriors survives to mourn and avenge them. To his fellow chapter masters, Dante is an exemplar of the fearlessness, dedication, and strategic genius that speak to the heart of the Space Marines.
Wait, but is before or after Sanguinius' death? I know he's old, but in New Sanguinius?
Never-ending mission. To the hard-pressed generals and marshals of the Imperial Guard, he is a thrice welcomed and honored ally in the forefront of mankind's defense. To the common soldiers and citizens of the Imperium, Dante is nothing less than a savior, a golden god who descends from heaven on wings of fire. So long now has Dante lived that his exploits have passed into myth. It is now impossible to say how many orc heads Dante cleaved at the liberation of Canal, for the tally grows greater each time the story is recounted. Did Dante truly defeat the bloodthirster Scarbrand before the gates of Pandemonium? Did he really face the Night Lord warband of Gol Ashkal alone, killing each of his 13 would-be assassins single-handed and without the benefit of his armor or weapons?
He's so old. He's so old. All the histories about him are legend, and he has been told many times. No one knows what is true, what is not. Wow. I mean, well, maybe just asking him. No one got a note about his histories. So how dare he go to Dante? Oh, Dante, sorry, but how that really happened? How that happened? You really killed many of these people just by yourself? If he's still alive, I mean, you can always ask him, and I don't know, but maybe that is the whole thing. Make him a legend. So yeah, they inspire new recruits. Maybe.
Dante himself can say with certainty, yet he speaks not on such events. No matter how much the exaggerated nature of such tales must rankle with his warriors.
Also, Totally. Okay, don't speak. Okay.
The Imperium needs heroes, needs hope in these dark times, and the commander of the Blood Angels keeps his peace so he may do his part to prevent mankind from losing heart. Yet for all his successes, or perhaps because of it, Dante has grown weary of his labours. He has lived far longer than he should, and the burden of centuries grows ever weightier. Only one thing prevents Dante succumbing to ennui. Recorded in the Scrolls of Sanguinius are the Primarch's visions of a great battle to overshadow all others, where one golden warrior will stand between his emperor and the darkness. For many generations of the Blood Angels,
Wait. What?
The centuries grows ever weightier. Only one thing prevents Dante succumbing to ennui.
Yeah, one thing. What is this?
Recorded in the Scrolls of Sanguinius are the Primarch's visions of a great battle to overshadow all others, where one golden warrior will stand between his emperor and the darkness.
So the story of Sanguinius. I think that what they mean. The story of Sanguinius, the members of Sanguinius and the battle, the final battle, is what make him not succumb to the blood rage. Okay.
For many generations of the Blood Angels, these prophecies were read as Sanguinius's foreknowledge of his own fate. Yet through some instinct, possibly a lingering trace of his Primarch's fabled far-seeing eye, Dante believes otherwise. He has always known that one day the defense of the Emperor would rest in his hands, and he would have to be ready for that greatest of duties. Now it seems to the Lord of the Blood Angels that perhaps that time has come.
Really?
While Dante never expected to see his chapter's final days, yet he faced them unbowed. He never expected to see a Primarch returned, yet he knelt before Abood Guilliman with a thankful heart. When Guilliman named Dante as his regent of the Imperium Nihilus, the Lord of Baal felt the hand of fate land heavily upon him.
So, Guilliman, I don't know if it's the right, the Primarch of the Space Marines, Bruce Murphys. So, wow. Okay, so that means the Blood Angels really have the prestige between the other chapters, right? Because Sanguinius, everything he done, and about the Blood Angels doing too. Wow. I didn't know about this chapter. More I like about Blood Angels. Wow, really.
With the fury of the Great Rift unleashed, a darkness looms more terrible than any in the Imperium's history. The Blood Angels now stand before the darkness with the throne of terror at their backs, and will have to fight like never before. Coupled with the revitalizing purpose of this new duty is the fresh hope brought by the Primaris Space Marines, the possibility that perhaps the Sons of Sanguinius will not burn out like a guttering candle. It is said amongst the Blood Angels that Commander Dante has never stood taller, even as he does so in the face of such terrible adversity. The Regent of the Imperium Nihilus has sworn to purge his dark new realm of the taint of chaos, even should it take another 1,000 years and more. After all, it is amidst the darkest night that such golden angels shine the brightest. End quote. Please be aware that there is so much more to tell.
Sorry.
Very soon, I hope, I will be able to go into the full history of Dante. Be able to go into why Abood Guilliman, why he would have given power, such a burden, to one space marine. For I have many suspicions, all of which we will cover in another entry soon.
Okay.
Is the chapter on the verge of a new age? Is there invigoration with the Primaris Marines, and the more active contact from the very spirit of their Primarch, Sanguinius the Angel, added to the increased sightings of the Sanguinor? The control of the Black Rage, no matter how short a time, has been done, but not even just once, but twice. Limates, Guardian of the Lost, and Calistarius became Mephiston before death. Fulimates barely controls the rage, but does so enough to function as chaplain of the Death Company. But Calistarius threw out the Black Rage entire. He defeated it, is what is said. Hence now 2 pathways have been forged for the first time ever. Has a new age dawned for the Blood Angels and the entire 9th Legion chapters? Have they already drunk deep enough from the chalice of woe? Are they actually on the cusp of a metamorphosis as profound as the one all go through to become Blood Angels in the first instance? As an entire legion, they have stared destruction in the eye and come out the other side. For the tendrils of High Fleet Leviathan struck Baal, the home world of the Blood Angels. As the Tyranids gathered in the Shield Worlds, the Blood Angels chapter master Dante called out to all of the sons of Sanguinius, all successor chapters of the Blood. And he was not left wanting. For almost the entire strength of every Blood Angel arrived in time to defend the body of their Primarch, Sanguinius.
Wait.
His crypt is in the chapter fortress of the Blood Angels on Baal.
Ah, okay. So now I know what happened to the body Sanguinius. Wait a minute, sorry again. Okay, let's continue.
Some state that this is why the Tyranids concentrated on Baal at all, to gain his genetic material.
Ah. So okay, I didn't understand that. Let me get back. Oh. Okay.
Entire legion, they have stared destruction in the eye and come out the other side. For the tendrils of High Fleet Leviathan struck Baal, the home world of the Blood
Okay, the Leviathans, the Tyranids fleet, getting Baal. Okay. I didn't get this. Okay.
As the Tyranids gathered in the Shield Worlds, the Blood Angels chapter master Dante called out to all of the sons of Sanguinius, all successful.
They run that.
And he was
they call them and they run that immediately.
Not left wanting. For almost the entire strength of every Blood Angel arrived in time to defend the body of their Primarch, Sanguinius, whose crypt is in the chapter fortress of the Blood Angels on Baal. Some state that this is why the Tyranids concentrated on Baal at all, to gain his genetic material. But who can truly know the mind of the great Devourer, if it has one at all? Dante is the regent of Imperium Nihilus, and 2 of the Angels of the Blood have somehow managed to defeat, or at least limit, the dreaded curse carried by all of the sons of Sanguinius, the Red Thirst and the Black Rage. As with the 4
The Black Rage, not the Blood Rage, the Black Rage.
To know that it can be done, to have that ceiling shattered, makes it all the more likely that...
I always said the Blood Rage, but it's the Black Rage. Okay, sorry about that, okay, guys? Every time I said the Blood Rage is the Black Rage, so...
Others of the blood of Sanguinius may well master this arcane art and defeat the Floor. If they can do that, if they can finally beat their rage, then there will be nothing that they cannot do. For should the day come that they can unleash their rage at will, and then fetter it again, then all of the powers of the warp, all of the various Xenos threats, all need look to not only their laurels, but to their very survival.
Okay.
Captain Rubio Massaro stood from his place next to an ancient and now wrecked land raider. His countenance somber, his bearing regal, as he proceeded to rejoin his men, waiting quietly at the edge of the bowl. He looked each man in the eye as he spoke. Now we finish this. We take our wrath to the very heart of this incursion, this invasion. We strike at the dragon in his lair. There was no cheer from his gathered marines. There were but stoic nods of assent. Hours passed, and the battle had been intense, the marines pushing further and further into a last conurbation that had not been purified and pacified. Heading towards the center of the disruption, the thing that had caused so many forces of the Dark Powers to its cancerous collapsion. Yet the enemy would not go down so easily. demons streamed towards the Blood Angels' ranks, despite all the pinpoint accuracy of their bolt shots culling the throng. Yet still they would hit. Unlike many other chapters of the legions, who would perhaps fall back in orderly squads or stand their ground and fire until they had no further choice, not the sons of Sanguinius. The Blood Angels countercharged. A tactical squad, no chainsaws or jump packs, they charged nonetheless. Using their bolters as precise bludgeons and all of the strength of their armor and skill, they fought forward. The red demons in front of them met them with all of the force and rage of an ocean.
Okay.
They fell back under the punishment these red-clad marines were dishing out to them. Every sword swing parried, every barb blocked, with counter-strikes that destroyed the beings first time, every time. But they were just the wake, not the prow. At the tip of the V, the top of their spear point, was Captain Rubio. With his power sword crackling blue energy and his Infernus pistol blazing, Captain Rubio Massaro strode forward, never missing a step, never slowing, never relenting. Like a god of war, he felled all before him. In the center of it all, his rhythm set his mind a blank. The captain heard what at first seemed like the beginnings of an auditory hallucination. Then it became clearer, a voice in his mind, one he had never heard before, yet recognized immediately. My curse grows within you all. One day, I will have you all. One day you will be lost within your rage so much that you walk into my realm, from which you will never escape. One day the Blood Angels will fight for the Blood God. One day the Blood Angels will collect.
So is Scorn responsible for the blood rage? For the dark rage? Wait.
Skulls for the Skull Throne. Give in. Be the first. But you will not be alone, for every one of your brothers will join you in their trickles and then their droves. My curse grows within you. Be the first, and you will be the mightiest. Can you hear me when I think, while I destroy your minions? As you hear, so are you heard. Then I shall give my response. How dare you? How dare you put out such a fetid fare as if it were a banquet? Before you stands a son of the angel, a son of Sanguinius.
How dare you? You heard there was a crow? I think it's corn. The corn. Oh, one of the demons and said, "How dare you?" You see why I like Blood Angels? You see?
And I know thee, Cabanda, proclaimed minion servant Lickspittle of Corn. Yea, but Lickspittle is too high an epithet for thee. You are an echo of an echo. You are nothing. I shall explain it to thee once alone. For there is something you cannot understand, cannot fathom, cannot grasp. Not if I gave you all of the experiences, the lives, the achievements, the senses of every being who ever lived. From the first sea beings who gazed up into the first sun, to the final sentients that will witness the last star burn cold. Not if I gave you 1,000 lifetimes to ponder these experiences. Not if I gave you until the end of time could you possibly understand. You think yourself a mighty demon prince, yet I know thee for what thou art. You protest of power and infallibility, but if that was so, why hound my door with your begging bowl for supplication and service? I know you to be an echo of an echo, a dream of a being that calls itself a god, but in reality
he was truly talking to Korn or just hallucinating? That is a because they have this problem, right?
reality it is nothing more than a collection of the misery of everyone's bad days. We have something you will never experience, never possess. We are the sons of the angels, aye, the sons of the Emperor's design. Despite having greatness running through our veins, we are but human. And we have something you will never, ever have. A choice. So I say to thee and your master and all of the cohorts of his minions. I say it but once and once alone. For now and for all time. Get ye hence. Take thyself from my door, demon.
Yeah.
For I choose to be a true son of the angel, and I will never bow to the likes of thee. And come what may,
Wow.
I am at peace with this decision.
Think is over. Wow. You see, I just start to watch Blood Angels because they are like the vampires of the Warhammer 40K. But wow, yeah, man, they're so good. Wow, I really love to. I sorry if my audio is too high or too low, but wow, I'm mind blowing right now. They are so cool. I cannot imagine how easy to the writer to write this the lore of this chapter. He's a genius, you know. It's awesome. I know I have a lot of questions. It's okay, but everything is wow. And Baldermort. I sorry if I said that wrong. Baldermort. You are incredible. Your voice is incredible. You give passion to this video. You give lore. You give knowledge. Wow, really, I love this. Wow, I mean, and I don't say wow just because I'm speechless. Really, I really love this chapter. If I start to buy a Space Marine figurine, I go to start the Blood Angels because. Wow, I mean, they are incredible. I like it a lot. I don't know which chapter you feel watching this video. You can put in the commentaries. Hey, we'll try to react this to it, but I really like the Blood Angels a lot. I just started to watch them because I like vampires and all this stuff, but more I know now about them, more I like them. Wow, and more like this universe, the Warhammer universe. I was really embraced by the community. The community really gave me a lot of tips, a lot of help, and I really liked this community, the Warhammer community. And now, all this lore, and this lore is just a little tiny lore of the entire Warhammer is one chapter of the entire chapters, is one race of the entire race. That is incredible. I really need to know more about this universe and know more about other chapters in other races. Wow. Baldermort. I don't know if I said your name right again. Thank you for allowing me to react to your video. Thank you. And again, guys, if you wanna see this video, no pauses, no go backs, no commentaries, no discussions. Please go and watch the original video. Please go into the Baldermort's Guide to the Warhammer and go watch his videos because his voice is incredible. It is really good to make videos of Warhammer. I'm speechless, really. This video is amazing. Wow. If you like it, my reaction, please give a like and subscribe, okay? And give a like to this video in Baldermort's Guide to Warhammer, and subscribe to his channel too, okay? Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry if my English was really difficult to understand. I'm sorry if my voice was really difficult to understand. I will try to improve. And yeah, wow. Thank you for everyone to be here. Subscribe, give a like to my video and to his video. And yeah, I see you next time. If you have a chapter you want me to react, please put in the commentaries, okay? Thank you. Bye. Bye bye.